Shadow Beedrill baits back out steelix. PV Poke tells me this is a god-awful matchup, but Shadow Beedrill might have a little something to say about that. Welcome back to the channel. Finally, the little cup has gone, the Master League is no more, and we have two very fun 1500 CP formats. Yeah, that was by far the worst week of GBL I have ever seen. I personally took 12 days off, and we're today back at it, and we are climbing. Of course, if you want to see a good team, you could watch all the top team videos from other content creators, or you could think outside the box like me and run PV Poke's 185th rank pick, Shadow Beedrill. Shadow Beedrill sims pretty poorly. However, simulation and actual gameplay are two very different things. This team actually isn't all that unique for me. This is pretty much the team I used way back in Season 10 to hit Legend. Back then, I used Swampert over Whiscash. Due to the mud shot rework, I don't want to use Swampert because Earthquake takes around 96 years to get to, so we're opting for Wish Daddy Cash. I started today's battle at 2,699 elo. 5 sets later, we've made a very nice appearance at Expert rank and past Expert. We are now set at 2,822. Dare I say, at this rate, we might even do a Legend push. With that being said, without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game 1, we are off to a very tough start. Beedrill not particularly good into ground types due to ground resisting poison. We're going to be utilising the Shadow Sableye safe switch for the duration of the video. The opponent fires off the Mud Bomb, then send out Moltres. Things not looking fantastic, but we're either going to force a Protect Shield here or land massive damage. The opponent invests that Protect Shield, commit to that Sucker Punch farm down. In this situation, Beedrill will be able to shield one, throw the X's on the charge attack priority and remove them from the field of play. Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But the opponent gets the boost. Does that boost mean then I'll survive an X-scissor? Yes, it does. And we're not off to the best start. At this point, we're going to put all our hopes and dreams on Wish Daddy Cash. The boost actually helps me, meaning I get a very nice mud shot farm down. However, the opponent's final Pokemon is Drifblim. Unfortunately, one Scald isn't going to knock him out. So unfortunately, yeah, you can kind of see where this one's going. We're going to be off to a 0-1 start. I recognise the game's over. There's no point in shielding. The opponent fires off the Icy Wind, Astonish farm down, and we're going to take a heartbreaking loss. In the next battle, the leads don't get much better. A Dragon lead's pretty bad. However, what I like to do is stay in. I'm going to shield one, look for that Poison Jab farm down, and hope to align my backline correctly. The opponent actually gives up switch, sending out a Poison type. This is a perfect opportunity to force my Protect Shield back before sending out Wish Daddy Cash. Quillfish, an incredibly spammy Pokemon. However, even Shadow Whiscash has a respectable bulk. You can see I can easily survive 2 Aqua Tails, so we're going to tank both. We will lose charge attack priorities. I'm going to throw 3 Mud Shots, maximising my farm, and throw the Mud Bomb one before the next Aqua Tail's reached. Mud Bomb from this range, easily going to pick up the knockout. As I've overfarmed, we're able to reach the Scald. This will either force the final Protect Shield or secure the knockout. Wish Daddy Cash is a Dragonite counter confirmed. You heard it here first, and out comes Grimer. Grimer running Mud Slap is going to be straight 4 to each Mud Bomb, so the opponent currently looking to double up on charges. We fire off the Foul Play, forcing the opponent's final Protect Shield. I've still got a shield and I'm thinking, where the hell do I use it? I opt to shield here and force the opponent to throw back to back. The opponent is now energy dry, so Beedrill will be able to win charge attack priority if we're completely energy dry, reaching the charge move. However, I am not energy dry. I've got a 1 Poison Jab running start, so Beedrill going to be able to outpace, fire off the X-scissor, and that is going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. Another very tricky lead. We're going to say switch into Sableye. The opponent opts to stay in, so I'm going to take the initiative, firing off the Foul Play, forcing myself an early shield advantage. Foul Play does force that Protect Shield, and the opponent goes straight for an Icy Wind. I'm recognising the opponent must be weak, so I'm going to choose to invest a Protect Shield here. We could have actually survived the Icy Wind, but if I wouldn't have shielded that, I'd probably get Shadow Claw farm down before I reach this departing Foul Play. Foul Play gets the opponent down to around a 3rd health. The opponent also can't fully fast move farm me down, so they're forced to throw a charge move. They go for the Trailblazer. Speaking of fast move beatdown, Mud Shot has been reworked this season, now doing more damage. I send out Whiscash, look for that Mud Shot farm down, which I'm unable to get. The opponent quite literally survives on 1 HP and a Dream, and things are looking very tricky. Back out comes Drifblim. We're going to try and force that final Protect Shield or the knockout with the Scald. Scald does force that final Protect Shield, and then we're going to catch back onto Beedrill. Beedrill Drifblim, a pretty awful matchup. The opponent has been chipped. The poison jab and x-scissor combination would more or less knock out. However, the opponent tries to catch the x-scissor onto the basic bitch tin can. Nah, not today, trainer. We land the drill run. Drifblim doesn't quite have a move yet. You can see I could have thrown the drill run there. It wouldn't actually knock out, but I don't want to give the opponent the opportunity to fast move farm me down. So we're going to send out Whiscash and put on an energy management clinic. We're going to farm up, maximise our energy, fire off the mud bomb, removing Registeel from the field of play, leaving with the Scold, and Whiscash is going to pop off and sweep the back line. GG's, and thanks for playing. Finally, we see the lead we're looking for, a fairy type. The opponent safe switches into Kofa Grigus, and I answer with Sableye. I think Sableye is so good in this meta, as most of the fairy types are running Fairy Wind, which means the matchup isn't all that bad. This opponent baits with a Psychic like an absolute savage. However, it is what it is. We're going to fire off the foul play, removing them from the field of play. And we're going to look to force our Protect Shield back on a fairy type. Yes, that's right. Look at the damage from Sableye. The opponent looking for that full Fairy Wind farm down, meaning Sableye still not done, reaches the foul play, and we get our Protect Shield back. Shadow Sableye has nearly dealt with 2 entire Pokemon. The opponent pivots out into Gligar, and we see the battle of the Nerf Pokemon. Mudshot generating energy slower. The opponent also generating energy slower as they're still running Wing Attack as opposed to Fury Cutter. But Whiscash are very much in the driver's seat. We correctly shield up the Dig. The opponent correctly shield up the Scold. But you know how this one goes. Whiscash able to outpace to the next Scold. It's going to be High Gligar, Bye Gligar. Just Clefable does return. The opponent recognise they can't win and they concede the match. In the next battle, back-to-back fairy leads. Beedrill like nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. Out comes Tentacruel. Tentacruel also not that advantageous into Beedrill. We're going to fire off the drill run. Looking to do maximum damage or force a protection. We force that protection before sending out Whiscash. Despite me staying in to force a Protect Shield, we're still going to be able to outpace to the next Mud Bomb after tanking a charge move, maintaining alignment, and also gaining ourselves a shield advantage. Out comes Alolan Ninetales. Unfortunately, the Skull did get the debuff, but it doesn't really matter as Beedrill is so dominant into Ninetales. Mud Bomb, you can see nerfed. It didn't do too much damage, but all chip damage is always welcome. Switch timer is misaligned, so I wait out my timer, ensuring we're able to switch out when the opponent inevitably switches out. They send out Whiscash, we show them Sableye, and that's going to be all she wrote. In the next battle, we see Goodra in the lead. Beedrill and Goodra are going to pace at the same speed to the x-scissor and Aqua Tail respectively. The opponent doesn't throw on CMP, and they don't invest a Protect Shield. Sableye has more bulk than Beedrill, so I'm going to pivot, not only get an energy lead, but also tanking the charge move in the process. My Sableye save switch is met by Whiscash. In matchups where the opponent doesn't apply all that much fast move pressure and we're hitting for neutral, you can see Sableye is just a monster. The Shadow Claws are completely tearing the opponent apart. They actually go for the Scold there when I think a Mud Bomb would have knocked out, so perhaps they've got Blizzard as a second move. In case they've got Mud Bomb, I do throw the foul play immediately, forcing my Protect Shield back. The opponent fires off yet another Scold, removing me from the field of play. At this point, I'm fairly confident they don't have Mud Bombs, so we're going to send out Whiscash, get the Mud Shot farm. The opponent sends back up Goodra. Trainer, that is not making a charge move. The opponent recognises they're not going to reach a charge move. Send out Drifblim. We're able to fire off the first Scold. Whiscash, not messing around, just going straight Scold. I think Mud Bomb baiting here would be pretty silly as it is double resisted. As are the Mud Shots, which are doing essentially nothing. So we're going to pivot back out into Beedrill. The Poison Jabs are also resisted due to Ghost resisting Poison. But you can see the Poison Jabs actually still do quite a lot, especially Shadow and Shadow Crime. We shoot up the Icy Wind, fire off the X-scissor. Finally, Beedrill gets its redemption. Being a Drifblim counter confirmed. We Poison Jab farm down Goodra and take that game. In the next battle, we see the Pokemon I used to refer to as the GOAT, Shadow Swampert. Hydro Cannon going to hit very, very hard. So we are going to invest the Protect Shield. The opponent send out Artifacts and we are not baiting. Power Gem. Boo. Go shielded. I have a rank 1 0-15-15 Sableye. I'm thinking I might just about survive this Dragon Claw, but unfortunately I do not. Surviving there would have been clutch. We're going to send in Beedrill. I've looked at the health and I'm thinking this looks like one shield, a full Poison Jab farm down range. Shadow and Shadow Crime, Swampert is not going to fancy tanking an X-scissor, so we are going to go for that play, leaving it so much energy. The opponent sends out Drifblim. I'm going to show him my third, say you've got me, and concede the match. GG's to that opponent. In the next battle, we see Dragalge in the lead. This kind of made me laugh because I've been running Shadow Beedrill in Gym Breakers. It always sims dreadfully But that's the matchup. If you can get an energy lead, farming down their counter swap, Dragalge does not fancy tanking our legacy drill run. We utilise the Shaodw Sableye say switch, however apparently we're not going to see that matchup play out, as the opponent didn't respect the foul play and they're just in farm down range. The opponent then sends out Gliscopod, and this is a very scary Pokemon to see. Whiscash, of course, completely walled due to their water bug typing. Bug resists ground and water resists water. Beedrill also quite scared of this matchup as the opponent does have access to Aerial Ace. The opponent baits with an x-scissor, then fire off the liquidation. We're just going to double shield and look for that full farm down. The opponent not wanting to get farm down, pivot back out into Dragalge, and I'm going to send out Whiscash, tank the Aqua Tail, and fully mud shot farm down. If Gliscopod returns, despite him being low, we aren't going to be able to mud shot farm down, so I'm just going to look to remove him from the field of play with the Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb, to my surprise, forces their final Protect Shield. So clearly whatever's in the back is weak to either the ground typing or the water typing. Hopefully it's the ground typing as Beedrill has the same coverage, and out comes Alola Marowak. A fire type should be advantageous into a bug poison type, but not with no Protect Shield, and when we've got so much energy, Beedrill gonna be a Marowak counter confirmed, and we take that game. In the next battle, we see Clefable in the lead. Nice to see you nice. The opponent say switches into Wish Daddy Cash. I'm going to fire off the X-scissor. X-scissor goes unshielded, and we then pivot out into Sableye. After landing the X-scissor, the opponent is now in one move range for our Sableye, even after they get that 30% chance of the debuff, but no debuff will be saving Whiscash from the Shadow variant of Sableye. Foul play secures the knockup. Back out comes Clefable. Clefable looking for that Fairy Wind farm down, but Sableye like, nah, not before the power gems reached, and we managed to hit Clefable down below half health. Again, switch times are misaligned. I wait out my clock, ensuring I can switch when the opponent switches. Out comes Golurk, and this is going to be quite a scary endgame. In Ultra League, I was also a fan of saving 2 Protect Shields for Golurk and looking to sweep the back line. However, Wish Daddy Cash, reasonably bulky, even as a Shadow, and pretty spammy. I'm just going to go straight Mud Bomb in this matchup, recognising the opponent kind of forced to shield here, as they need this Golurk to not only beat Whiscash, but to beat Beedrill as well. We fire off the next Mud Bomb, forcing the opponent's final Protect Shield. The opponent then goes to the wham, bam, combo play, sniping our Wish Daddy Cash. The opponent fire off the Moonblast, which reveals to me they don't have Swift. So Beedrill able to Poison Jab farm down. We're going to be able to drill run Golurk, a Ghost type and a Ground type, going to get countered by the Mighty Bee, and we're going to take that game. In the next battle, I see a friend of mine, Thomas. It's quite funny, you can tell these battles are played super late at night. They're actually played on my lunch break at work. He's also from the UK, and I think it's kind of ironic that we always queue into each other in the early hours of the morning. A few seasons ago, I actually queued into him 3 consecutive days in a row at like 3 AM, which was kind of funny. Or perhaps it just tells you how few people actually PvP in this game, as I'm managing to queue into the same person 3 days running. We're going to shield up the Mud Bomb, fire off the foul play, picking up the knockout. And this is where this game goes kind of south for me. You're going to see he takes a long time to send something out, and he sends out Psycho Cut Metachan. Yeah, that definitely is not a great matchup into Sableye. I've already recognised that he's super weak here. However, I think shielding is a mistake. I shield up the Ice Punch, he then pivots out into the Balloon. I thought I'd reached the foul player, and I actually get Astonished farm down, and we now find ourselves in a very, very tricky situation. As I committed a very poor Protect Shield, I try my luck catching the Shadow Ball onto Beedrill. Thomas, a very disciplined battler, not falling for any of my shenanigans today. He overfarms, firing off the Icy Wind. He's then going to be able to outpace the Shadow Ball required to win this battle. GG's, buddy. And I'm sure I'll see you again soon in the next battle. We see the battle of the Bug Poison types, but this is a good matchup of Beedrill, as we're going to fully wall them, whereas we have the ability to hit for neutral with our Legacy Drill Run. Drill Run goes unshielded, the opponent then pivots out into G-Weezy. I tried to catch the Brutal Swing onto Whiscash. I think I got stuck in the animation. It is what it is, we're able to survive the Brutal Swing, and we're then going to pivot out into Wish Daddy Cash. The opponent doesn't commit to the play rough, they just settle for a Brutal Swing, and I guess that's because we'd reached the Mud Bomb before they received the energy for the play rough. I overfarm, fire off the Mud Bomb, one quick move before the opponent reaches the next Brutal Swing, and back out comes Ariados. Trailblaze, easily going to knock out. I think there's no point in shielding that, to be honest, as the opponent is doubled up. It looks like this opponent is very weak to Beedrill. I'm going to shield, look for the Poison Jab farm down. The opponent is indeed triple weak. Out comes Machamp. I've already recognised that my win con is going to be the fast move beatdown. The opponent baits with the cross chop, which is pretty brutal. However, you can see they're just going to get fast move beatdown. They need to full send a Stone Edge to knock out Sableye. They fire off a cross chop, which is single resisted. Doesn't get the job done, and the opponent is going to save 2 shields for next season. In the next battle, we see some very old meta. I used to run this team back in season 10. Back then, of course, Metachan was running counter. A lot have switched over to Psycho Cut now, so it's more of a neutral matchup for Beedrill than an advantageous one. We catch the Psychic onto Sableye, and out comes public enemy number 1, that stupid brick wall Bastiodon. The golden rule of battling is never lose to this stupid tap nonsense Pokemon. The Shadow variant of Sableye can more than hold its own here. You can see we managed to get him deep into the red, and I'm never shielding this move. That, my friend, is farm down range for our Whiscash. Out comes Whiscash. The opponent not wanting to get farm down, send back out Metachan. Why they've done that is they're looking to bait back out my B. And I've already decided that that simply isn't happening. We land the Scald. I am going to shield in case the opponent's running Dynamic Punch. They actually throw the Psychic. Psychic has been nerfed, but would still do a reasonable amount of damage. The opponent then reveals their third, which is Poliwrath. We fire off the Mud Bomb. We're going to fire off the next Mud Bomb. At this point, the opponent really needs to start shielding. Mud Bomb does go shielded. We go for the wham, bam, combo play. Fire off the Drill Run. Drill Run goes unshielded. The opponent going to concede the match, and we're going to emerge victorious. Heading into the next battle, we see Galarian Moltres. Last time, we lost the battle when we saw Moltres, as they got a very annoying boost. We're going to farm up, throw the x-scissor on the charge attack priority. X-scissor goes unshielded, and that gives me a very easy way of taking this thing out. We're just going to shield once and commit to the poison jab farm down and get to align our back line correctly. Out comes Marowak. We're going to say switch into Sableye, baiting out Grimer, and we now have the perfect alignment we want. The opponent does have a shield advantage, but Whiscash is just so good into the remainder of the team. We force the opponent's protect shield with the foul play. I'm just going to let this go. Mud Bomb isn't quite lethal. We get off one further Shadow Claw. I'm just going to send out Beedrill here. We get some lag, but it doesn't really matter. X-scissor is resisted, but Shadow and Shadow Crime still picks up more or less the knockout with one further poison jab. Switch timer pops up. We send out Whiscash, and there literally is nothing the opponent can do. I guess the only win con for the opponent is them going for the Shadow Bone, me shielding the first one, and them getting the attack drop. However, I think even at a -1 defense, Whiscash would still survive. They actually go for the Bone Club bait, but no bait will be saving this opponent's fate. We've still got a protect shield to hide behind. We shield at the Shadow Bone. We're going to fire off the Scald, and Scald is going to be massive overkill. GG's, and thanks for playing. And that was actually the battle that managed to get me to expert rank in Season 20 of the Go Battle League. Usually at that point, I'd be like, that's enough battling for the day. But as I've already taken 12 days off, I was like, do you know what? Let's keep it going. We need to get some practice in. Heading into the next battle, we see Alolan Ninetales in the lead. The opponent say switches into Charger Bug, and I respond with Whiscash. I think arguably now Power Gem's cheaper. I probably should have went to Sableye, as Sableye has the ability to one-shot, whereas Whiscash does not. In a meta where Clodsire is banned, I think Charger Bug is actually a pretty cool pick. Because against the ground types like Whiscash, that's very common in this cup, it can more than hold its own. I'm going to fire off the Scald here. If this Scald lands, I'm just going to shield their next move and commit to the Mud Shot farm down, keeping that super positive alignment. I don't often like to go all shields down, but we haven't seen the quick move on Ninetales yet. And on the off chances on Charm, a Sableye will not fancy that matchup whatsoever. Back out comes A9, it is the Powder Snow variant. We fire off the Scald, Scald goes unshielded. We then see the opponent bank a charge move and send out Licky far too thicky. I fire off the Mud Bomb. I'm going to save Whiscash as the potential third shield and send out Beedrill. Licky in the back is a bit of a problem for me, to be honest. Hence I've sent back out Beedrill, as Beedrill can at least hit for neutral. Despite these rollouts being super effective, they don't hit all that hard. The opponent fire off the Shadow Ball, securing the knockout. It's now all shields down. We know Ninetales also has a move bank, so this is where you've got to be very quick and anticipate plays. We can survive any one move from Licky. That switch timer will be popping up, so I'm going to anticipate them sniping me with the energy banked on Ninetales. We make the catch back onto Whiscash. Thank you very much for being the very best third shield ever. Back out Comes Sableye, I fire off the foul play, even resisted, will pick up the knockout and it's going to be a race. Can Licky, far too thicky outpace Sableye to the charge route, they cannot, they reach it on the charge attack priority and were able to take a very close game. GG's to that opponent. Washed up Jamie Finn, still has a few tricks up his sleeve. In the next battle, we see the battle of poison types. The opponent double resists poison, whereas we're only taking single resisted, and you can see our health is getting torn apart. The opponent fire off the poison fang, I pause a turn, ensuring the opponent doesn't catch the drill run on a potential dark type. I'm anticipating like Nidoqueen double dark. We then see the simultaneous swap with Sableye into Charger Bug. As I've got a shield advantage, I'm more than happy to shield this move up. We're then going to throw 3 Shadow Claws and the Power Gem. Power Gem will be picking up the 1-hit KO if it goes unshielded. To my surprise, the opponent invests that Protect Shield. If they're really weak to Sableye in the back, I'm going all in here. We're going to shield the x-scissor. I'm then going to throw 5 Shadow Claws. At this range, even the foul play will secure the knockout. So we're just going to throw that move. Leave reasonably healthy with residual energy good to go. The opponent sends back out Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen not going to appreciate a Shadow foul play. Foul play won't quite be lethal, but will get the opponent low. The opponent bank the Poison Fangs of Road. Send out Ninetales. I send out Beedrill. Get off as much Poison Jab damage as I physically can. This puts him in a 1-move range for Whiscash, and this game is signed, sealed, and delivered. The opponent would need to reach a Dazzling Gleam to pick up the knockout, but with just outpace to the Scald required to knock them out. They throw the Weather Ball. Weather Ball simply doesn't get the job done. It keeps me well outside of Poison Fang range. We fire off the Scald. Scald picks up the knockout. Back out comes Nidoqueen. They're unable to reach an Earth Power. Even if they did, we've still got Sableye alive, so they'd still lose regardless, and we take that game. In the next battle, we see Steelix in the lead. So if you punch the team into PV Poke, Steelix would be one of the hardest losses for Beedrill in the game. I think it's got a battle rating of 90, which of course means you're going to get clapped. However, that matchup becomes a lot better if you can force and protect shield or an energy lead somewhere, as the drill run coverage will land for massive super effective damage. Speaking of forcing protect shield, out comes Drifblim, and Drifblim is very quickly going to invest both protect shields, blocking up the 2 incoming foul plays. All the Shadow Claw damage we got off as well puts him in a range where 1 Skull will also knock him out. To my surprise, the opponent full send a Shadow Ball, which is very nice for me as we're now not going to get that very annoying debuff from the Icy Wind. Skull picks up the knockout, Steelix cannot return, the opponent forced to reveal their third, out comes Ledian. Running counter they got access to this season. I've got a Shadow Ledian maxed out at level 51. Of course they give it counter once it gets nerfed, but we're getting distracted. So returning to the commentary, I send out Beedrill, shield up the aerial ace. We're looking to bait back out that Steelix. Out it comes. PV Poke, you call this a 90 battling rating? Beedrill says, hold my beer. Drill run lands for massive damage. We're able to poison jab farmer down before the Psychic Fangs reach. Back out comes Ledian. Ledian not appreciative of our stab. Shadow poison jabs. We reach the x-scissor. X-scissor isn't quite lethal. 1 more poison jab gets the job done. GG's and thanks for playing. In the next battle, we see a god-awful matchup. Beedrill into Stinky Binky. Something that I think looks like a butt plug. What is this Pokemon design? We're going to save switch into Sableye. I'm just going to continue to farm up energy. We're going to always have energy good to go in case the opponent potentially switch out. You can see these power gems do a reasonable amount of damage. Rock, a dreadful defensive typing. It doesn't resist itself, so they are hitting for neutral. We manage to force our Protect Shield back. The opponent looking for that rock throw farm down, but Sableye with its rank 1 IVs holds strong, reaches the next one, getting the opponent on a sliver of HP. This could potentially be some kind of toxic team. Bastion on Carbink, love to be paired with grass types. So I'm going to send out Beedrill, get a very nice running start, and out comes Tropius. Oh boy. If this is double grass, I think I'm in a lot of trouble. We're going to shoot at the Leaf Blade, throw 1 poison jab and the X-scissor. X-scissor only hits for neutral due to flying resisting bug and grass taking super effective. The opponent opt to tank the damage. Beedrill able to get that farm down, and of course it's double grass. Uh-oh. Thankfully Venusaur going to have a very tough time of farming us down despite us being low. The opponent unwilling to shield the X-scissor. I try and catch the Frenzy Plant onto Whiscash. The opponent looks for that double up. They don't get there. We end up Mudshot farming down, and we do not lose to Grass Hole in this household. In the next battle, we see Galarian Weasel in the lead. The opponent save switches into Trevenant. We fire off the X-scissor, force him chip and dip, or forcing us an early shield advantage, and then send out Sableye. I see so many people saying you want an attack weighted Shadow Sableye for them break points. Mine's rank 1, and here's why I run it. We tank that Shadow Ball like an absolute boss. Sableye, take a bow, son. We withstand the damage, fire off the foul play, removing them from the field of play, leaving very minimal farm for Glaring Weezing. Of course, Beedrill pretty advantageous into this matchup. You know what's even better? LedsenKatt. I'm going to send out LedsenKatt. The opponent farmed up to a potential play rough. If there's a Shadow, I'd probably respect it. As they're not, enjoy yourself, trainer. The opponent then pivots out into Umbreon, and here comes the mighty B. This team is actually triple weak to Beedrill. Beedrill might be ranked 185th on PV Poke, but I love this Pokemon, and I think this is certainly the meta for it. We all know Umbreon has 10 bazillion HP, but Beedrill going to put that defense stat to the test. The opponent fires off the foul play. We are going to invest a Protect Shield. We're then going to throw out Discipline Timing, 4 Poison Jabs, and the X-scissor. You always need to try and be as disciplined as possible, not giving the opponent loads of free turns. The opponent then try the luck, catching the X-scissor onto Weezing. We read him like a book, respond, sending out Whiscash. Mud Bomb picks up the knockout. We Mud Shot farm down Umbreon and take that game. Heading into the final battle of today's video, we see Beedrill into Dragonite. I'm just going to stay in. It looks like this one actually has a better defense stat than the last one, as I'm actually unsure if we're going to be able to fully Poison Jab farm him down. I'm scared I'll get farmed down instead, so he sniped with Sableye, getting a running start, and out comes Ariados. You know the drill, we're full sending. Does the opponent respect the damage? Oh, of course they do. When was the last time Jamie Finn was able to land a nuke through 2 Protect Shields? It looks like everyone knows that no baiting style. The opponent fires off the lunge. Lunge isn't lethal. We still reach the next power gem. The opponent just sack Ariados and send out Donphan. We've got a charge move banked on our Beedrill, so this should be pretty plain sailing from here. The opponent allows me to reach the Scold. Scold will be forced in the opponent's final Protect Shield. Shadow Donphan, not known for its bulk. Trainer, Trailblaze me if you wish. They actually fire off the Body Slam bait, but no bait. We'll be saving this opponent's fate. They do Mud Slap farm down. We've got that charge move banked and a shield to hide behind. An X-scissor is going to be all she wrote. We'll be able to take that game. And that is going to wrap things up for today's showcase. Last week was dreadful. I was kind of hyped to play yesterday or today, the early hours. I've just woke up from night shift. But you kind of get what I'm saying. And it was so refreshing to have 2 very fun 1500 CP formats. I know there's a lot of top teams running around with kind of variations of the same few Pokemon. Don't be like everyone else. Think outside the box. Get yourself on that Shadow Sableye and Shadow Beedrill hype train and you will be rewarded. We managed to go from 2,699 ELO to 2,822, a very respectable day. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button if you're new. Consider subscribing if you'd like to be featured on the channel. My battle submission form is linked down below. And as always, a huge thank you to everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.